Okay, Elon Musk. Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the SNL. In this video, I'm talking about how Elon Musk came out as being somebody on the autism spectrum on Saturday Night Live, and we're going to cover all of that right now. But before we get into that, if you're new around here and you haven't seen my content before, but you'd like to learn more about autism and ADHD, then make sure to hit that subscribe button, the like button, and the follow button on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube here by clicking the notification bell if you want to stay in touch with all the stuff that I'm doing. Also, really quick, I just launched this new hat which has STEM for the win written on the front of it. Now this hat, when you purchase one, actually helps somebody who is struggling mental health issues and will help pay for them to have therapy so that we can help save a life. So if you want to help save a life today, then you can get a hat from the description down below. The link will be there, and yeah, 100% of the profit from this hat goes to help somebody. Okay guys, so Elon Musk, oh my goodness, he had a very interesting Saturday Night Live monologue, which we'll get into in just a second. But before I do that, I just want to say thank you to today's sponsor, which is Ames Global School. Now, this company is set up to help people on the autism spectrum, people learn about things on the autism spectrum, and they wanted to ask me to mention something pretty awesome for you guys. They have something called the Mentorship Program, which is basically for neurodivergent individuals and adolescents and adults. Basically, it's a practical guide that helps support people in the neurodiversity community, which will help strengthen profiling, confidence, training, relationships, emotional regulation, career paths, and other areas, which is pretty awesome. This also includes a comprehensive manual for them to print templates, and they'll have a guide you through this type of programs, which is pretty awesome. So right now, if you click the link down below for the mentorship program, you use the code 30reasons, you get 30% discount on this course. They also have another course which is called Creating the Perfect Environment for parents who've had a child newly diagnosed autistic, which will help with practical strategies for in the home environment. It has printable templates, and there's a guide that will guide you through the course as well. So with this one, you can actually use the code PERFECT to get 50% off this. So I will link both of these down here, the Creating Perfect Environments and the mentorship program, down in the link in the description down below. Thank you, Ames Global School, for actually sponsoring this video, because they're doing incredible work and I really support them. So if you want to check that out and use the discount codes down below, everything is linked in the description. All right, on with the video. Okay guys, so Elon Musk, oh my goodness. So, okay, let's just rewind it. Elon Musk is a very wealthy entrepreneur. I think he's the wealthiest guy in the world right now. He owns, he started with PayPal, then he moved on to SpaceX. Now he runs Tesla and the Boring Company, and he probably is, you know, running another bunch of different companies, but he's very much like into crypto, technology. He's like a futuristic visionary guy, right? Now, regardless of his political and other kind of stuff, you know, his business ethics and political ethics, I don't know too much about that, but what I do know is that about a month or two ago, I posted a video saying that I thought that Elon Musk was on the autism spectrum, and now I've been proved right, because he hosted the Saturday Night Live from New York this Saturday that just went, which is well, a couple of days after you watch this, before you watch this actually. And basically Elon Musk said on that he said he was the first person ever to host a show with Aspergers Syndrome, which is technically not true, but he did joke about it and say, well, you know, I'm probably the only person to ever admit it on the autism spectrum, because Dan Aykroyd, I know, has hosted the show, and I think Hannah, there's another person, Daryl Hannah, they did the show as well. So I think he didn't mean it as like, I'm the only person ever with Aspergers syndrome to come out and say it, but yeah, he's cool. So by doing that, he actually, you know, it's the first time he ever publicly admitted that he had Aspergers syndrome, which basically is, since 2013, Aspergers syndrome is now being called ASD, which stands for Autism Spectrum Disorder, because they all lumped it all into one kind of thing, which is like, I was diagnosed with Asperger's Syndrome, and then they shortened the term Aspie just as like a fun thing to do, and this is why the channel's called TheAspieWorld, right? But, you know, I don't really use the term Asperger's that much anymore. I just kind of use Autism Spectrum Disorder or autism or autistic, but Aspie is just kind of like my branding, so it just kind of stays as that. But in terms of Elon Musk, coming out and saying that was just sent shockwaves everywhere. Now, I've seen a bunch of different things. People saying that it's a bad thing, and people saying it's a good thing. Now, I am pretty much just saying it's cool, and it's cool for a reason. That Elon Musk, regardless of his race, his creed, his background, his money that he has in the bank, none of that matters. The thing that matters is that he is a public figure who has come out and said, I'm on the autism spectrum and I do all of these crazy good things. You know, like he helped with Flint, Michigan getting their water back on track. You know, this guy is a very, very interesting man, and he's somewhat a philanthropist, and I think he does generally want to do good in the world, but there's a lot of kind of bad press about him because of some of the ethics that he uses to mine some of the metals and the materials for his whatever it is, cars that he makes or whatever. But I'm not going to hold that into this conversation, because this is simply about, hey, Elon Musk coming out being on the autism spectrum, is it a good thing? I think it's fantastic. I think it's a great way for young entrepreneurs, young autistic people who are entrepreneurs, who are looking up and thinking, how can I aspire to be something big and amazing? And you got Elon Musk right there, probably the most successful guy on the planet right now, and he's killing it, and he's got a diagnosis of Aspergers Syndrome, which to me is absolutely fantastic. I really admire his bravery in coming out on national television and saying that, because he's such a cool cucumber. Like, he's just chill, and that chill to me, really, the guy's just awesome. Because of that, he wins an internet. I would like to say that I personally think it's a good thing. I think it's only going to do good for our community. I know there's a lot of people have comments and stuff about it, and I don't think he's not negatively trying to do anything. He's just positively trying to put that message out there, which is great, and we should see more people like this coming out now. I know there are some kind of like somewhat ambiguous kind of statements about, like, people saying, like, he's a white guy, he's a rich white guy and all this stuff, and he's a cis male and all this stuff. But let's just leave petty differences aside. This is a person who is in the celebrity eye, who is doing world-changing things, like putting things in space, sending people to Mars, making electric cars, and making the patents free so anybody can like actually download the patents and build their own electric car. He's not that evil. But I think that there may be some political issues there, but I'm not going to get into that. What I do think is that it's really good, and I think we should all kind of congratulate him if that's what you're into, but I know that some people don't want to, and that's fine too. So guys, on that note, I would love to know your thoughts on Elon Musk coming out and saying he has Asperger's syndrome. Pop it in a comment down below. I'd love to know what you think about it. Also guys, remember, check out today's sponsor of this video in the description down below with the link, and use those coupon codes if you want to get access to those awesome programs and courses. Also guys, stim for the win. I'll see you next time.